Hello guys, it's Alex again with another video. How are you doing? I hope you are doing fine. All right. Today this will look new to you. It's a simulator. I did not actually trade on my real account today because, as you know, the last 2 weeks, or ever since I started, haven't gone well at all. I lost more than 2,500 US dollars in real money, and it took that for me to decide to train in a simulator. Unfortunately, this was I only learned the hard way. I could have saved a lot of money because this simulator is it's not free, but it's not too expensive either. I spoke about it briefly yesterday in the video. This is the Warrior Trading Simulator based on the Sterling platform, and I got it with the Valentine's Day discount for $200 for 3 months. Now, $200 is the amount of money I lost several times on single days in the last 2 weeks. So this is more than worth it. And if you're new to trading, and if you haven't made the mistakes that I have made so far yet, honestly, go for a simulator. Go for this one. There's a bunch of them out, a bunch of simulators out there. Um, I have looked at a couple yesterday, and I have found that um, like most of the good ones. And okay, let me put it this way: there are free simulators out there, but the free ones either have delayed market data, which isn't really useful if you're using a stock scanner, a live stock scanner, which tells you whichever stocks you could trade now. Because in the end, you need to find your stocks to trade, right? And for that, you need a scanner of some sort. So I need definitely a platform that gives me live market data, because otherwise, what am I going to learn? How am I going to select the stocks in that market, in that simulator? So yeah, and all the simulators that are live do cost a little bit of money. The big difference in all simulator subscriptions, is that most of them you have to buy for a full year. There are cheap options out there. There are some for, I think, $25 a month, which is a reasonable amount to pay. But if you have to buy for the subscribe for a whole year, that sums up to $250, and you might not need it. Hopefully, you might not need it for the whole year. Hopefully, you've studied trading before, you've watched lots of videos. So now you're going to go into the simulator and practice everything you know for a while, a couple of weeks, a couple of months, and if need be, later on you can still extend. But it's I don't think it's a good. At least for me, I decided to go for the Warrior Trading subscription because I can buy it on a quarterly basis, even though it's quite a bit more expensive. It's $100 per month, so it's 4 times as expensive as some other options out there. I forgot which one it was. It was $25 a month. But again, with a discount, and there are discounts quite frequently on Warrior Trading. With discounts, you can get it for a reasonable price, and at least you have it for a limited amount of time. In my case, 3 months. So this is good, and the platform Sterling is I like it. There's also another one which I tried, which is Thinkorswim, but I couldn't really get used to the whole interface. Now I didn't try it for a long time, so I can't really say if it's good or bad. I mean, I know there's people using it, so it's probably good in its own way. But just from an initial intuitive access, I get along with this one better than with Thinkorswim. So yeah, this is why. This is a simulator. This is why it looks different from my TradeZero account. I can't really. Okay, before I go into today's trades, let me point out that this being a simulator, I did a lot of trades today. Check this out. I did all these green ones, filled lines here on the bottom left. All these are my trades today. It's an insane amount, so it would take forever to go through all of them individually. And there's a bunch of them I can filter out already because you can see buy, sell, and short. And honestly, my shorts, I don't really. They're not really representative of real trading because on the real market you rarely find any shares to borrow for shorting. So we can just ignore all my shorts today. I just did them to try out the hotkeys, to try out this platform, see how it works. Um, and I didn't think much about reading the stocks or the listings, at least at the beginning. Um, so that's why we're only going to focus on um, 3 trades or 4 trades. I can say 4 trades that I did today, the later ones. We're going to go on those in a second. Um, and yeah, we're not going to go into details. Now, another thing I need to say for today is let me bring this. No, not this one. Let me bring. Which one was it? Oh my God! Now I'm forgetting which ones. RBZ, RBZ. Which one else? RBZ and Solo and what other one? GSUM? Was it GSUM? Let me just quickly check. GSUM is already here. All right. 9:30. Oh, definitely not this one. Nope. I know this one was it. 9:30. Yes. This one, and let me quickly check GSUM. 9:30. 3. I believe there was another one. Maybe it was this one, but I believe there was another one. Okay, I'm sorry. I didn't prepare well for this one, obviously. So my apologies. But what I'm going to say is what I was going to say is that actually I started trading later today for 2 reasons. First of all, I got a call right at 9:30, right at market opening. I got a call on my phone, which I had to take. That took 10 minutes away from my morning, which was really annoying actually because there were a lot of things going on in the morning. And then when the phone call finally ended, I had major issues with my hotkeys. I tried buying and just nothing would happen. So just for your information, if you're going to go for the the Warrior Trading Simulator, what I had to do is in my hotkeys, I had to set mode to load and go. Its default is load, and that will load your order into the level 2 window, but it won't execute it. So that's why I didn't get my orders. Um, and I had to change that, and it took a while until I figured this out. So I missed a lot of trades. Now, going into at least these two, especially Solo, is very clear. I can't scroll in this one. That's also so annoying. Solo is extremely frustrating from yesterday because I traded it a couple of times yesterday, and I made all mistakes. Can I go? Oh yeah. Here, I was witnessing this incredible rise from 224 to well, not to the end, to 576. I missed this part, but I watched this area at least, and I always managed to buy at a at the top of a candle and sell right after when it fell down, when it didn't continue. I did this 3 or 4 times, and that was extremely frustrating because if I just held my first buy in, I would have made so much more than I even lost in all my trades simply by holding it to the top, to the high of day. Of course, that was unforeseeable, so it would require a different kind of strategy. But anyway, this is what happened yesterday, and let's go back to today. So today, because of my phone call, I missed this move from 5:32. At first, the market opened here, and it sold off a little bit. There was this candle, which is really, I mean, it's sort of an indecision candle. Excuse me, sort of an indecision candle, but biased towards the lower end. And then there comes an indecision candle, which is a good sign because indecision means it could go either way, and you just have to watch and see where it goes. And then it did open up like majorly from 550 to to a high of here. What is the 670? And this, yeah, this is 670. This is 675. So more than $1 in just a couple of minutes, and I missed this because I was on the phone. So that was frustrating. I would have definitely tried this one and maybe made some money. I don't know. Given my previous my recent experience, I probably would have bought it just around here. not sold it here and then just sold it here for a loss. That's kind of like what I do, but maybe I would have done better. In any case, I missed this one, so that was quite frustrating. And we have a similar thing on GSUM, which just right out of the market did this, bam, and well, you know, I missed it. I traded a couple of other times, but also badly. And I'm not going to go into those trades. I mean, one we're going to see anyway because I did it parallel to another one, but I'm not going to go into them because literally I tried to short just for fun, well, and it was going up, and then I tried to buy, seeing that it was going up, and it went down, or the other way around. In any case, this was a disaster, and kind of like more trying out hotkeys and this platform than actual trades. Okay, now that I've talked enough about the simulator and the general approach to it, we can go into the video of my live trading. And I'm going to start a little bit later on. As you can see here, there's a big nice green clock saying that at 10:06 this is where the most serious trading started. And here we are watching solo. We are watching this this stock, and ignore the fact. Well, this is actually, you can ignore it. I got out. Here I'm actually going in for the short, and because it's let me introduce a bit more what I was watching here. So you can see that it, from a high of 640 just after this initial rise, it actually dove. No, it nose dove super far into a halt going down, and then it came out kind of like going sideways for a little bit and then just going down in the second halt. So this is already after the second halt. And I'm thinking, you know, I'm going to try to short this just to see if it goes. And I didn't really think much about it, and actually it went really badly. It went really badly. So then I'm buying, but I got in quite high, and well, just waiting this out, and also I don't know what if this was here, but there were other instances where I tried to sell, and I couldn't get filled because my order is like something with my hotkeys is still wrong. The hotkey settings I use in TradeZero, with the where I, for example, buy on the bid plus 3 cents on TradeZero, I get filled, but here I actually don't get filled. So I'm not sure if this is a simulator issue or if it's a Sterling platform issue. In any case, a lot of times I didn't get filled. So anyway, we saw, if you were watching this, and I mean, you see it didn't really do much. It kind of went from here to here in the last few minutes, and nothing much happened. And I did make a little bit of money on that in a very short amount of time. So that was good. I forgot the shares. I probably bought a lot of shares simply because I can, because it's a simulator. After I got out the first time, let me speed this up a little bit. 2x. Let me go 4x just because I can. It keeps rising, as you can see, but really slowly. I mean, this is 4x speed, so it's really taken its time. And I'm not really here. I went in again, expecting it to go even higher, but it doesn't, as you can see. Now, this one, you know, I was trading it like a momentum stock, like something that goes up really quickly, and I just try to get in as fast as I can to continue to ride the wave. But actually, what I should have done is, seeing that these are 4 candles, I should have waited for a pullback. And then considered my buying a little bit later on, seeing if it continues. So this is a bad trade, you know. I don't know if I would have done the same in on a real account. Maybe I would have, but it's a mistake. You know, I was trading this momentum style when I should have traded it pattern with the pattern, which is a pull, which would be waiting for a pullback. So anyway, that was my mistake. Is there? Let me see. 35, 37, 40. That was the other one. 39, 20. Oh yeah, exactly. I just missed it. I'm sorry. let me go back a little bit to 39. First of all, let me slow this down. And then 39.20. Now we're watching GSUM down here, GSUM. And you see it had just done like a little bit of a rise here, a small pullback. So this was a good time to get in. I could have gotten in there here, but I didn't. As you can see, like I just saw this and then I got in there momentum style because it was going up really fast. And I was just holding it, hoping for it to break past 360, but it kind of touches this, and as you can see, like it finds a lot of resistance. So eventually I will sell this for a loss, and then I believe I'm shorting it. This is I sold it for a loss, and now I'm shorting it. Here you can see that here I'm shorting it, and of course it rises. So this was just like pretty stupid. If I had done this properly, I would have seen this as the pattern that it is, seeing that it's kind of consolidating, and then here seeing that it is already getting above that previously hot green bar. I could have bought in and then sold along the way for a small profit. It would have been good. But anyway, I didn't really pay attention to this anymore after this. This is the only, let me just double check. I believe this is the only trade. Yeah. No, I did one more trade where I lost another 10 a little bit later on. But again, we're not going to look at that because that was not really necessary. Let me slow this down and go to the next trade I want to point out. Okay. Now we're going to watch FUV, which here you see that it had similarly done, it had gone sideways after an initial spike, kind of like spike that I missed. And now it's going up again, actually passing the previous high of day. So I'm watching it and seeing this, and I got in quite late, just about this level, towards the top of this candle, for the break of 5. I was getting in at 491 for the break of 5. What happened on this one? Oh yeah, it's quite uncertain. I was holding it anyway. No, actually, oh my apologies. I sold it thinking it's not gonna go anywhere, and then of course it keeps going. Just as as always happens. This was something where I was just impatient. So I'm not sure. I got in a little bit late, even though for the break of 5 is fine. But seeing here, I could have gotten maybe in at 480. It wasn't going too fast. Just seeing that it had passed the previous high of day. I got in again just above 5 at 507, around this level, I guess. And see, it's rising. And now I'm just waiting it out because it's kind of grinding up at a kind of quick pace. It's not really going like exploding like a lot of other stocks did today, like Solo did like a bunch of times today. But it's kind of grinding up, but at a good pace. So I'm still holding this. Not adding, because I was thinking realistically I wouldn't be adding here because I would try to just limit my risk. Actually, as I said this, I'm getting wrong. But here you can see I did try to buy more and I just didn't get filled. Okay, now we can. Yeah, it's doing this, and it's gonna get halted in a second here. It does a micro pullback. And I did not worry too much, but this actually does look a little bit worrying. But I didn't get out there because I was waiting it out. See, this is an indecision candle, and bam, it explodes higher, and it gets halted. Here it's in sterling. Of course, the general thing is you see time and sales, everything is red. That means it's halted going up. If everything is green, never changing, it means it's got halted going down. But more explicitly, here in the level 2 window, it says that it's halted. So yeah, this is halted, and I was still holding it from 507, so I'm up nicely. $59 with just 100 shares. That's quite good. That's really, really nice. More precisely, I'm up well, 59 cents on per share. There it is, 59 cents per share, which is a very good level. Okay, there's a couple more things I'm going to show you, but I'm going to try to do this quickly. 58, 54, 50. Yes, it just came out of the halt. It just resumed, and it's going down. And you can see here, as it was going up, I just sold into this, and I actually tried selling here. You see here, I tried, and I didn't get filled. And it's like I didn't see this while I was watching this. I was like, why don't I get filled? Why don't I get filled? And then eventually, I see it, and then I get filled, but at a little, lower than I wanted. So this was the thing I talked about. I said earlier with the hotkeys, where here I have, for example, selling on the ask -3, I believe, but I didn't get filled. So I could sell bid plus something, so that I definitely get filled on the bid, because I'm essentially giving the cheapest offer on the market. But I don't do that on TradeZero on my actual account, and usually I don't have a problem with that, because obviously I don't do that because I don't want to make it the cheapest offer on the market. I want to give like a reasonably good offer. You can see I'm trying to change it. A reasonably good offer that will get filled, after a couple of seconds if it's moving in the direction that I want. And on TradeZero that always worked, but here it didn't a couple of times, which caused me some frustration. Anyway, we saw this. This is just something I wanted to mention. The big thing is here. That's one thing I really learned over the last few weeks. When something gets halted and it does this, just get out. Get out here. Don't wait for it to keep going higher, because it's already suffering some. It's already experiencing some sales pressure. So just get out while you can, while you're green. Especially if you got in like quite low. I got in like here somewhere. You're definitely going to be in the green, and that's what counts. You need to make profits, right? So yeah, that was that. Now the last one, which one was that? FUV again. Oh yeah. Here, this was one where I gave back a bunch of my profits. It was very just kind of like a stupid trade. You see here, it's kind of going higher. And I'm like thinking, oh, maybe it's going to do something. It's forming like an upward trend, and I do get in. I do get in at 539, just at this level here. But then let me speed this up because it just keeps. It's forming this indecision candle, and then it just breaks towards the bottom, and I eventually get out because I just lost money. So yeah, that was a little bit frustrating because I gave back my profit. And here we are at the end of my explanations. So you can see that I'm I'm happily staying at the level of success that I was the last 2 weeks. I'm losing money. This is. I mean, of course, this is bad news. I don't want to be losing money, but in a sense, I'm in a way relieved that I'm not just super green today. Like if I were extremely profitable today, there would be two things I'd be thinking about. The first thing is, okay, like, could I have just done this day with a real account and made money? That's the risky thought that I would have. But then also the second thought, just for the simulator, is that, well, is the simulator accurate in any way? Because if I lose money almost every day in real trading, and then here suddenly in the simulator first day I make lots of money, is this representative of the real market conditions? I would have to really wonder about this. But since I'm in the minus, this is good in the sense that I know it's realistic and I would perform like that. So now I can really focus on the strategy, on my strategy, and I need to work on that. And then I will hopefully learn quickly to be a profitable trader. All right. Sorry for the slightly longer video. I talked a lot about the simulator and my trades today. If you listened to this far, thank you for watching this video. And yeah, if you have any questions, let me know in the comments. Goodbye. See you tomorrow.